On the night of February 27, 1933, flames engulfed the Reichstag in Berlin, Germany's national parliament building.
The Reichstag fire comes 4 weeks exactly into Hitler's time as Chancellor.
Within hours, Hitler seized the moment. Some historians argue he planned the moment. Claiming the fire was the opening act of a communist uprising, Hitler convinced President Paul von Hindenburg to sign an emergency order the very next day. The Decree of the Reich President for the Protection of People and State, better known as the Reichstag Fire Decree. This decree became the legal wrecking ball that smashed what remained of the Weimar Republic's freedoms. It suspended key constitutional rights: freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, privacy of communications, and protection from arbitrary arrest. Police could now search homes without warrants, seize property without justification, and detain people indefinitely without trial.
It suspended most civil liberties of the Weimar Republic and established a so-called protective custody, allowing concentration camps and absolute power for police.
For Hitler, this was the perfect weapon. The decree explicitly targeted so-called communist threats, allowing the Nazis to launch a mass wave of arrests. In the days that followed, thousands of Communist Party leaders, activists, and even ordinary supporters were rounded up. Communist newspapers were shut down, their political meetings banned, and their voices silenced. All the while, Germany was just weeks away from voting on the Enabling Act, a bill that would grant Hitler the authority to pass laws without parliamentary approval, effectively making him a dictator. But to pass it, he needed a 2/3 majority in the Reichstag. The Communists held 81 seats, making it the third largest political force in Germany, and they all opposed Hitler.
It gives Hitler basically dictatorial powers, powers that no leader in Germany has had for a very long time.
With the Reichstag fire decree in place, those 81 communist deputies were arrested or in hiding, stripped of any chance to take their seats. The Nazis had effectively erased their fiercest opposition from the political map. They were all marked as absent the night of the Enabling Act vote.
What Hitler needs is a 2/3 majority in the Reichstag. He gets that by several steps. The communist deputies are unable to be there. They're either arrested or dead or out of Germany.
Social Democrats, among the second largest German party in March 1933, were harassed, threatened, and in some cases assaulted by Nazi stormtroopers. 26 Social Democrats were absent, meaning arrested or in hiding, with the 94 Social Democrats in attendance all voting against Hitler. The decree also intimidated the remaining lawmakers. Many non-Nazi politicians feared they would be next if they resisted. On March 23, 1933, the Reichstag convened under an atmosphere of fear. Surrounded by armed SA and SS men in the Kroll Opera House, the remaining deputies voted. With the communists absent and many others intimidated, Hitler secured the 2/3 majority he needed. The Enabling Act passed, handing him legislative power without limits. In just under a month, the Reichstag fire decree had transformed a parliamentary democracy into a dictatorship. It didn't just respond to a crisis, it manufactured the conditions for dictatorship. The Reichstag decree, sold to the public as a short-term response to a crisis, became a legal foundation for 12 years of dictatorship. After the Enabling Act was passed, the Nazis never revoked the decree. They used it alongside other laws to maintain a permanent state of emergency. This political story must never be forgotten.